Well, primary day for state elections could be a lot earlier next year. It already will be for federal elections after a court ruling forced the congressional primaries to be moved up to June to allow members of the military time to cast their ballots. Now, state lawmakers are squabbling over whether New York should follow suit or make you return to the voting booth again in September. Keeping primary day as it is could cost the state millions. Pat Bailey has more on the story from our Albany newsroom tonight. Pat?
Well, Greg, this appears to be a fight strictly over politics, and in the end, it could end up costing taxpayers $50 million.
Democrats have pushed for it for years, moving up the primary day to the summer. This year, they say it makes perfect sense since a court ordered the federal primary in New York take place in June.
The public should be outraged. We're wasting taxpayer dollars, and we're not even doing it right.
Democrats estimate one primary cost taxpayers $50 million. They say it's too expensive and makes no sense not to coincide the state and federal primaries.
What's going to get it done this year?
I think the public demanding that we do the right thing here is what it's going to take. I know there's some people don't want to do it because it's to them inconvenient, but I think the public should be outraged.
Opposed to an earlier primary day are the two groups that control the state Senate, Republicans and independent Democrats, a group of breakaway Democrats who share control with the GOP. Both say moving primary day to June would affect the legislative session, which ends that month. A spokesman for the IDC says, quote, that is when a lion's share of the bills get passed. A spokesman for the Senate GOP says a majority of downstate lawmakers would then be too focused on an election as opposed to doing their job. Scott Reef says, quote, their primaries are basically their elections, since so many run unopposed in the general election.
What do you say to that argument?
I say that we have to pay attention to what's important to the voters and the taxpayers, and not the politicians.
Now, this is Albany, Greg, and the debate may be going deeper into politics. That's because one legislative source told me this morning on the phone, by keeping the primary in September, it allows both the Republicans and the independent Democrats to build strong primary challengers against Senate Democrats. Why would they want to do that? Well, it could allow the 5-member independent Democrats to possibly expand, allowing them and the GOP senators to keep control of the Senate. Now, in the Albany newsroom tonight, Greg, Pat Bailey, CBS 6 News.